Hello and welcome back to my channel, Loving Your Life with Mama D, and I'm Glenda, aka Mama D. So how do you all like my new apron? I decided it was time for me to get some aprons because I can be really messy in the kitchen sometimes, okay? So today I'm going to be making my mama's fruitcake. And I don't know if you've noticed behind me, I have a whole array of stuff back here that goes into this fruitcake. And I have my mom's original handwritten recipe. And I'm like, Mama, this was a lot of stuff, but she never did mention the liqueur in her fruitcake. But I saw her when she put it in there and I know it's there. So, but we're going to work it out. All the ingredients here is going to be a long list. So I'm not going to take the time to show you me measuring. I'm going to get everything measured, the flour, the sugar, the butter, the eggs, everything's already to room temperature. I just got to get this stuff measured up and ready because it is a lot that goes into a fruitcake. It's not that hard, but it's a lot that goes into it. So without further ado, let's get to it. So now we have everything measured out, all of my dry ingredients. And now I'm ready to open up all of my candied cherries and oranges and pineapples and green cherries and red cherries. It's so much fruit that goes in here. Probably, I'd say this right here is a pound. This right here is a pound. That's 2 pounds. This right here is 3 pounds. So this right here is 4 pounds. And this is an expensive cake. So we're going to get it going. I'm going to go back to the recipe and make sure that I do need all of this, but some of it I do need to save for the top. Okay, so next what we're going to do is I'm going to show you my ingredients. Okay, so now we're going to do the dry ingredients. I am going to deviate a little bit from the recipe just because there was a couple of things I didn't want to use. But this is 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Teaspoon of allspice. I have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay, and then in this container is the vanilla. I have vanilla, and let me show you what I'm using. I'm putting in a teaspoon of rum. This is just a flavor. I'm using pure vanilla. And then I'm using some caramel, 1 teaspoon of caramel. I just thought that would give it a little special kick. Okay. Oh, here's my raisins. I have a pound of raisins. Okay. I have, instead of figs, I have a 1/2 cup of dates. And then I have all my crystallized fruit that I just talked about. We have apples, and I need to hurry up and get them going because that is 1 cup of apples, 1 cup of walnuts. We have 4 cups of flour. We're going to use 1 for the fruit. And then sugar. I have 2 cups of sugar and 1 cup of brown sugar compressed. I have 5 eggs. 5 eggs. Okay, so I think that's everything. I'm not adding almonds to this because I really don't think almonds would work well, but it was in her recipe. And one more thing, I have about a 1/2 cup of cranberries. That's going to be my own little thing. She did not have cranberries, but I'm going to add cranberries. With a large wooden spoon in my big old bowl, look at the holiday colors. This is why we call it a holiday fruitcake. Yes. It's so pretty with all the. Now I had more red cherries than I had the green because I need to save some of those green ones to decorate the top. And yeah, I'm just going to keep getting those in there. And now I'm going to go ahead and add in my apples. I'm putting in the raisins. Give them a good stir. This is going to be one big cake. All right, I'm going to get my cranberries now. And my dates. Get these stirred in. Oh, that apple's a little big. I gotta cut that one. Let's take him out. We'll just take him out. Okay. Here's another big one. I don't know my post with that. Okay, now I'm ready for my nuts. I'm gonna get the pecans in. And my walnuts. Now, as I finish stirring this in, I'm going to take about a cup of my 4 cups of flour and coat the fruit so that it won't clump together. Okay. Some people actually do this with their hands, but I don't think it's necessary. My wooden spoon will do the trick. Okay. Now, my son bought me some Appleton Eastgate Signature Jamaican rum. And I need like 1 cup. Ooh, that's a lot. Ooh. Now, I heard that what this rum or the liquor does, it is what preserves the cake. Okay, so we are going to be adding 1 cup of liquor. Now, some people add it to the fruit, but I'm going to wait. Oh, geez. I'm going to use my stand mixer, and first thing we're going to do is we're going to cream the 3 sticks of butter, not margarine, 3 sticks of butter, and then I'm going to add my 2 cups of sugar and the 1 cup of brown sugar, and then we're going to put in then the eggs one at a time, and then we're going to put in all the spices. So I'm not going to talk that part through. We're just going to watch. Okay. All right. And now is a good time to scrape the sides of the bowl to make sure that all the sugar and the butter is incorporated really good, because we're about to add now that brown sugar. Okay. this has been a process. So now we have the batter, and we're just going to put it in on top of the fruit. Okay, get it all. Smells wonderful. All the spices, caramel, rum, and we haven't even added the actual liquor yet. So it's coming in just a minute. This is going to be a huge cake. I'm probably going to have to use my mom's, her original pan. Okay, now I don't know if the woodens, well, both of these are probably okay, but I'm going to stick with this one for now. Ooh. Okay, so this is going to take some work, the stirring, and actually, I think I'm going to come back when I'm done. Okay, so while I'm stirring, I'm going to just add a little liquor at a time, a little rum. It might make it a little easier to stir, but it's going to be a big old heavy cake. And I think I'm ready to get my pan together. Gonna let this sit for a moment. I'll come back and give it one more stir. But now I'm gonna go ahead and prepare the pan. Woohoo, that was a job. That was a job. So now I'm going to use my mom's. This is her original pan. This thing is probably over 50, 60, 70 years old probably. It is, but look, it's in mint condition. One thing about my mom, she did not believe in no dirty, scarred up, messed up, stained up pans. She just didn't do it. So all these years, this is it. Almost like new. And what I'm going to do is use some parchment paper on the bottom. So the magic here, or I shouldn't say magic, I don't believe in magic. So the situation here is this. You put this about right there at that middle, just like you would on your regular pans, and you guys have seen me demonstrate it so many times. And then I kind of make a little crease, and then I just cut around. That's what I want to do. I want this parchment paper to be at the bottom. And then I'm going to cut a similar little ring here, one little snip. And then it's going to give me the perfect pan covering. And I'm going to just slide. Oh, I might need to cut it just a little bit more. Didn't go quite big enough. A little more. Oh yeah, because it does, the fruit does get a little larger to the bottom. So let's see if this works now. There we go. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. And this is going to make sure that this cake comes out. I'm going to use Baker's Joy this time. And we're going to get that pan, the middle and the sides. And we got the rum in here. We got everything blended, and we're ready to get it into the pan. I have the parchment paper at the bottom. I have Baker's Joy. I dusted it with flour, and now we're ready to spoon in the cake mix. And you know how I am about getting it on my side, so you just want to just do a little bit at a time. And you want to get it around, and then we don't want air bubbles, so we're going to be doing some pressing down. And you know, I can recall my mom making this cake, and it seems to me she put coffee in it. I don't know why I remember her putting a cup of coffee in this cake. If anybody else remembers making this fruit cake back in the day, Southern, because it would have been Mississippi. My mom, I recall her putting in coffee. So, I don't know. I could be wrong. Okay. feel like I just need to start kind of pressing that down. I see some gaps. Okay, keep going. Now this cake doesn't do a lot of rising because it's really not a lot of it's not a lot of batter, but you do want to pack it in the best that you can. Pack it down. Okay. Now I think that's probably about as high as this should get. And I'm gonna have to pound this down on the counter because I need it to not have air bubbles. So I'm gonna have, I'm sorry, but ooh, this cake is, when I say heavy, but I have enough in the bowl. I think what I'm gonna do is make a little one for me and the girls. We'll just have just a little tiny one. I'll maybe make it a little pan that I have with the rest of that, because I don't think I need to pack it any higher. I might put a little bit right here. Now, this is the fun part. What my mom would do when she had it all in the pan and ready to go in the oven, she always made a decoration on the top. And this is a part that she let me do as a kid. And it was like the final thing, but I had to make a pretty design. So let's see what we can get designed here. And I probably could have put some more walnuts on it, but it's enough nuts in there. And I just think, I just like the green and the red. So let's get it into the oven, and it'll be about maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. It just depends, but I'm gonna start it off. I think I'm gonna do 310 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, all right, let's get it to the oven. Okay, it's out. It's out. So we gotta let it cool just like this, probably for an hour or more before I attempt to take it out this pan. All right, so let's see if we can get it out of the pan. Now this cake has been out for 3 hours and it is heavy as all outdoors. It got a little browner than I wanted it to, but I wanted to make sure that it was done because it stayed in less than 2 hours. So I'm going to get my foil ready. Turn a piece this way. And this is also an angel food pan or sponge cake pan. That's why it has these feet on it. And sometimes that can make it a little harder to come out, because on the sponge cake, they were designed that you just turn them over and it stands on these little 3 things just to let the sponge cake cool and so it can come out. Now let's see, if it drops out, I'll be okay. If not, I'm gonna maybe have to use a knife. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and the parchment paper stayed in. And I'm gonna turn it over. Woo, that thing is heavy, y'all. This is actually about a third cup. And I'm just gonna start to kind of drench the cake slowly. I'm not punching any holes or anything in it. We're just gonna smooth this on. Like I said, it came out just a little darker than I wanted, but I left it in an extra 10 minutes because I felt that it needed to cook at least an hour and 50 minutes. Next time, I think I would crank it down to maybe 200 and something, so I can get that 2 full hours. Okay, I smell a little of the rum, but it's not as potent as it was before. Now, I probably could pour more on here, but we're not. So you see that? And the thing about it, I can't cut into it and show you guys until Christmas, but I will show you when I add a little more liquor. So let's get it wrapped up now. So first we want to pull this part over, tuck it in, bring this up. Oh, toilet paper. Okay, that's all right because we got plenty more. Okay, now I'm going to bring this side up and over. This side up and over. Then we're going to tuck it. Tuck it. Okay, so I'm going to use some press and seal. If you've never used this, this is some good stuff, and it's worth it. I usually find it for about $2.50. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cover this with this press and seal. That's all this way. Okay. See how that just sticks like that? And then we'll do it again. Only this way. And the cake, it feels really moist. It's not like hard, it's just heavy. Okay, now it's covered really, really good. Sealed extremely tight. It is warm, and I believe it's going to hold the moisture in. So I'm going to get it now into a cake taker, and I know it's going to sweat a little bit. So I think tonight I'm going to leave it out and not put it in a seal-proof or airtight container. I think this is going to be good enough. I'm just going to leave it out on the counter and let it sit because it is really sealed really good. And then once it's all the way cooled, then I'll get it into a cake saver. All right. Okay, so again, this was a long day. This did take a lot of time in the process, the cook time and everything, and the cool down time. If you hear noise in the background, it's my grandchildren are here. And I have, my daughter is actually running my camera. So I have a camera lady today. So I appreciate everything. So anyway, unfortunately, you won't be able to see the fruitcake until Christmas. So I will have to come back and do a part 2 to the fruitcake so you can see when we cut into it. So today is Christmas Day. And actually, I edited my video for my fruitcake because I wanted you all to see on Christmas Day and see us cut it. And my son here, he's the one responsible for getting that good old rum. So he's gonna cut in with me, and we're gonna check out this fruitcake by design of my mom. And it's been fermenting for almost a month. Ooh. Yeah, it's hard.
Oh my God.
Okay, ooh, you smell that? Okay. Now we got, okay, here's a knife. So
how long has this been fermenting?
It's been about almost a month.
Ooh.
Yeah, almost. It's been about at least 3 weeks. Okay. Now she's only supposed to get a little piece, and this knife isn't the sharpest, but it's extremely I smell that rum. Ooh, let me see if I can. Okay.
Smells good.
That's a nice little piece right there. Let me see. That's just extremely moist.
I'm gonna do that. That's very moist.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna let you go first. Get you a little piece. Lord bless this food we're about to receive.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Okay.
Right, here we go.
It's like candy.
You can taste everything. Like there's a lot of flavors.
I'm gonna use a sharper knife because this cake is so moist and it has so much fruit and so much nuts in it that it will fall apart.
And rum.
It's really, really good and extremely moist. Okay? All right, so listen. It's your life. Love it and make the best of it. And have a very Merry Christmas and enjoy your holidays. Bye. Listen, it's your life. You love it and you make the best of it. Okay? And until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave me a comment, and of most important, ring that notification bell. And if you share it with somebody, family or friends or somebody, it'll help me reach that 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. Okay? So it's been a great day. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye.